Welcome back to our second lesson. I'm your brother David Nikwe Johnny. If you've not subscribed to the channel, kindly do that so that you can receive notification anytime I post my video. We continue with our second lesson, our startup class. Today, we want to look at the mistakes that young entrepreneurs do when they decide to go into agribusiness. Agribusiness is just like any other business and it must be taken seriously. And so let's look at the mistakes that people do so that we can avoid them. Number one, producing without having buyers. Many people have produced a lot of vegetables or produce their product and they don't have buyers for that. This as a result of they not planning well. Before you start anything, make sure you have your market ready. And I've explained that in our previous video. So I wouldn't waste much time on that. If you don't know about that, kindly check on the video how to start an agric business. I'll explain further in that. So one, make sure you have your buyers ready. I have people who have produced poultry, I have people who have produced catfish, and they are not able to sell them. Now, what happens is that if you produce and you're not selling them, you end up feeding this animal, you end up spending more money, and that is very bad for you. You'll be running at a loss. So make sure before you start something, you already know your market. And I've explained that in our previous videos, and I wouldn't go into that. Number two, think like a businessman, not as a farmer. Every farmer must think like a businessman. Know that what I'm doing, it must bring me income, it must bring me profit. So you must strategize, you must put in measures that will make sure the business proceeds or grow. So if you think like a farmer and you think it's just that ordinary thing, then I'm sorry, you have yourself to blame. So think like a businessman. Number three, poor research. We don't do our background research, and I've explained this in our previous video. We need to do much of a research. Know what you want to do, what it entails, what it involves, the cost involved, whatever, the dynamics, the loopholes, the everything. Find out, learn that before you venture into any agribusiness. If you don't, you end up operating in the dark. Trust me, you need to do a proper research. It will help you. Number four, avoid large scale farming. Many people, because they have the money, they just go boom. Start small, start small, start from class one, start gradually and grow. Don't put all your money into a large scale mechanized farm. No, start gradually. And lastly, not registering your business. Branding is very important in every agribusiness. Name is very important. My name is David. What's the name of your business? You are able to identify me by my name. Now, the reason why you need to register your business that it gives you that image, that corporate image. Number two, if you are applying for a loan or a grant, definitely will ask you for some documents, your business certificate. If you don't have them, I'm sorry, no serious minded businessman will give his money. No bank will give you a facility if your company is not registered. And so it's very, very important to register your business. If I decide to give you a grant, I need to send the money to your bank account. If your company is not registered, how do you open a bank account? So it's very, very important to do that. So, my people, these are the mistakes that young people do in starting their agric business. Let us avoid them so that we can have a better and a more lucrative business that we are building for ourselves. So people, learn to avoid these mistakes. Thank you very much.